After that, I will go out and record the Q&A, and then, fingers crossed, get the whole thing out on August 1st. And hopefully it won't be nearly 3 weeks late this time. So, yeah, that's just about everything. I will see you all soon. Bye-bye. Alright, that'll do. What is this? Grizzly tails. Nasty. What? Why was that there? That's weird. Okay. It was just like... Okay, sure, whatever. I don't remember putting that there. Anyway. Good. Q&A number 4. Let's see if we can't make this better than the last one. Although in the last one, I made a joke about wanting to have relations with a horse, so, you know, as long as I don't do that, you know, it's not a high bar. Hello everyone, welcome to the 10-year anniversary celebration video. I can't believe we're finally here. 10 years, huh? 10 years. A decade. Double digits. The big 1-0. It's my favorite film. I can quote it word for word. Sorry if the camera is a bit wishy-washy. It's sort of like barely held there. It's like within the plants there, and sometimes the big gust of wind is going to make it shake a little bit. So sorry about that. So what have we got planned for today? Well, we got the Q&A, obviously. That's going to be the main focus of this video. But don't worry, it's not just going to be me stood in a field talking to you for however long this video is. It's probably like an hour or something. We got some other stuff. Obviously, I'll be going to some other locations. I won't just be here the whole time. We're going to be going to some familiar places, some completely new places, and yeah, we got a lot of surprises in store, really. We got some shocking reveals. We've got some special guests, in fact. We've also got a live music performance. That'll be about halfway through. We've got a lot of stuff coming. Is this kind of blocking me, this plant? Is that just like blocking my whole view? Shall I? Oh, fudge, I got stung. I got stung doing that. There's stinging nettles. Oh, speaking of special guests, look who we've got here. Look who it is. It's me, the Animal Crossing one from the retrospectives and such. Oh, and look who else we've got. Look who it is. It's me, the Sackboy version from that one Little Big Planet video I did ages ago. Wow, look, we're all here. Let's dance. All right, that's good. You can go now. Bye, guys. See ya. All right, cool. There are actual special guests coming. I got me a big flask of tea that unfortunately seems to have leaked a bit. Oh, that's weird. That was like very metallic. And I got all the questions here on my PSP, which is upside down. Happy anniversary, man. You've always been one of my favorite high-effort poopers. What advice would you ever give for someone who is new to making YTPs, asking for a friend? When I first started this channel and when I was making some of my earlier YTPs, I sort of felt this need to make them sort of really big and bombastic and stuff. I mean, YTPs had been around for 10 years by the time I'd started, so I thought, you know, everyone's seen every trick in the book. I've got to do something that's out there, that's different, that no one else is doing. You know, I've got to like subvert expectations of what a YouTube poop is. And, you know, I think to an extent I did that with some of my earlier videos like Crustacean Resurrection Redemption, Five Nights at Foster's, that stuff, Mash Bandicoot especially. And it's not to say that I in any way regret making any of them, but I think somewhere along the line I realized that you don't have to do that at all. And I think the most important thing is to just, instead of making what you think other people will want to watch, just make what you would want to watch. All right, 3, 1. If you want to do a YTP on any game that's your favorite, which would you do? I've always thought it would be fitting for me to do a YouTube poop based on the LocoRoco series, except the reason I've never done that is because LocoRoco is really not the kind of game that would lend itself well to a YouTube poop. You know, there's not really like dialogue, there's not a lot of, I mean, you could do some visual stuff, but I think without dialogue it's like, it's quite difficult. You'd have to really stretch yourself to make something good out of that. The best that I was able to get out of that was what I did in the LocoRoco Trilogy review video. That's basically all I can get from it.
She's not coming down!
Would you ever want to create an animated series? I mean, I used to make little cartoons and stuff, like there was like the Pippy series that I talked about before. Maybe one day I'll bring that back, I don't know. My questions. NPCarlsson or Jimmy Davis? Ah, yeah. I do get this question a lot. I'm NPCarlsson. And for 2 more serious questions, favorite video game? What's my favorite video game, you ask? Well, there's no choice really. You know, of course, it's got to be Smarty's Meltdown for the PlayStation 2. Favorite YTPer besides yourself? Oh, I might go with Awful Thorful. I realize that Awful Thorful is a bit of a controversial figure, but in terms of their YouTube poops, I mean, it's hard to deny the quality there, you know. Itchy leg. Happy 10th anniversary. I hope you've been doing well. Now that it's been a long time since Mash Bandicoot was finished, do you plan on making any other big story YTPs? It's a little limiting making story-based YTPs because you kind of can't just do whatever you want because you've got to keep within the confines of a story. I've talked about this before. It's a difficult balance to kind of blend off-the-wall YTP humor with a coherent story. Obviously it can be done. I've done it. I've had an idea for one for a long time. Don't know if I'm ever going to get around to doing it. Maybe I've thought about maybe doing it as like a fake trailer for a movie, because then I wouldn't actually have to do the whole thing. Are you an ass man or a boobs man? Ass. I guess I got some immediate ones. Why did you change your channel name to the current one? So my original channel name, hold on, let me put this in my pocket, for God's sake. So as some of you know, my original channel name was NPC. And I did that because when I started out, I kind of wanted to do like game reviews and stuff like that. So, you know, videos about video games and, you know, NPC, it fit. But then after I shifted the trajectory of the channel, I sort of thought, not only does NPC not really fit, but also it's very generic. And like, you're not going to remember that, NPC. So I just added the Carlsson bit on the end. Again, no idea where Carlsson came from. I don't know. Maybe I liked Carl Carlson from The Simpsons. Or maybe I just saw the name on a car somewhere. What did NPC mean when you made it? And if the C did not mean Carlsson, why did you explicitly mention it? Well, the C meant character, you know, NPC, non-playable character, that was what that was. Now it's non-playable Carlsson. What are your hobbies outside of YouTube? And did doing YouTube cause you to gain any? Oh, that's interesting. I don't think I've gained any hobbies, but I think doing YouTube has sort of made me appreciate some of the hobbies that I already do have. You know, well, things like video editing for one. Also cycling, you know, I've cycled out here, my bike's just over there. I've definitely got more into recreational cycling. These are in a different order. Why are they in the wrong order? Oh, look at this! We got a question from Dr. Neo Cortex himself. Suppose it would be fitting to have him read it out then.
Congratulations! Who is your favorite Crash Bandicoot character? And why is it me?
Well, actually it's not you. Sorry. I know that seems crazy given how much my channel is centered around Cortex, but actually my favorite character is Dr. Engine. The first time I saw Engine was when I played Crash Team Racing, and I just saw him on the character select screen and I thought, this guy has a flipping rocket in his head. That's such a cool design. And basically just ever since then, he's been my favorite character. So sorry Cortex, I love you too, but you know. I've been making some just for fun edits myself. Are there any relatively cheap or free editing software that you would recommend? Because Microsoft Clipchamp sucks. I would recommend you use what I use, which is VSDC or VDSC. I can't really think of anything that it doesn't do that other video editors do. It's great. So yeah, VSDC. Look it up. How can burger if the gur doesn't burr? Have you considered the gur needn't burr if the burr gur? I cannot get this flipping tuft of hair out of my face. Ah. Do you have any close friends that are also YTPers? Well, I've made friends with YTPers, but I assume what you mean is like, do I have any existing friends that coincidentally just also happen to be YouTube poopers? To which I would say no, as far as I know. I mean, it is possible that they've just been hiding it from me. What's your favorite joke in your YTPs? I will say a recent one that I recently decided was one of my best ones of all time was Homer getting hit with the dolphin in Night of the Egg Rolls. Out of all the collabs you've joined, which would be your favorite? Well, that one, the Treehouse of Horror one, is a pretty good contender. Probably one of the ones by Jimmy Davis, either the Peter Man ones, or maybe the Christmas karaoke one. That was pretty good. Dear Mr. Carlsson, how do I grow gorgeous hair like you? Don't cut it. And I guess the rest is just down to genetics. I can't really do anything about that. But I will tell you, having long hair might look nice, but it's very annoying when it's windy. Also, do you use the TV/video game console versions of YouTube? If so, what do you think about them? No one talks about them, which is why I ask. I have no idea. I don't use them. Sorry. Maybe the reason no one talks about them is because no one uses them. And is there anything you wish you knew about video editing, YouTube pooping, and or the YouTube poop community sooner? I suppose something that I wish I'd known, and this sort of relates back to what I said at the start. You're always learning. You know? And you're always improving. No one comes out of the gate as a master of the craft. That just doesn't happen. And I wish I'd known that from the start. I wish I hadn't thought like, I've got to be great from the beginning. I've got to make the best thing ever right at the beginning. No. Anyone who thinks they've learned it all is a fool. All right, now we're going somewhere else. I don't know where we're going next. Obviously I had to start in the favorite field because where else would you start? Oh my God, the wind! Jesus Christ! I'm surprised this hasn't fallen over. That's good, yeah. Nice tilted angle. Whoa! Or would I be calling that? I don't know. I don't know. Happy 10th anniversary. Do you play more games on console or on PC? Oh, definitely more on console. I mean, like, I much prefer playing with it like a controller, you know. I mean, yeah, I could plug the controller into the PC, but, you know, it's already in the console, so... Now, with 2024 finally here, are you able to do more Dr. Cortex singing whatever song he sings in one of your tutorials, even though the Cortex Classics voice recordings are no longer accessible to the public anymore? Is there a link on how I can save them to be sure to remember where I can put all of Dr. Cortex's dialogue? Yeah, thankfully you are still able to get onto the Cortex Classics using the Wayback machine. I'll put a link in the description if you need easy access to that. You can still download all the things from there. But don't fret, because I have been working, along with a lot of other people, have been working on some alternative. And that should hopefully be out in a month or so's time. Trying to compile like everything, every single piece of Cortex dialogue from Lex Lang. And I mean everything, all of it. Every game from Twinsanity up to Crash 4, not including Rumble because it's just reusing stuff from Crash 4. And like miscellaneous stuff from trailers, deleted scenes, external media, stuff like that. It will all be in one place and it will be very easy, and that should be coming out sometime soon. Have you seen any other YTPs from Hour of Poop? He makes very interesting and full-made feature-length YTPs like films, such as The Train Killers, Fry's Robbing Wood, Fall of Nottingham, and The Tovis YTP, etc. Yes, I'm a big fan of Hour of Poop. I think I mentioned them in the last Q&A, in fact, because I believe it's multiple people who run that channel. Great stuff, great editing, great humor, very British, great stuff. I said that already, great stuff. It looks like someone could hide behind that pole. What are your opinions on the all-time classic YTP, Krabs Reels in a Banana Shit Sandwich, aka the poop with the semi-gloss lipstick song? Cringe or peak? I don't know if you meant to, but you sort of phrased that as if I wasn't the one who made that video. I mean, I can't really stand here and say it's peak, can I? I think parts of it are cringe, yeah, but I think overall it's fine. Congrats on reaching your second decade on your... Second decade? Oh, I suppose you could sort of say, like, I'm now into the second decade. I've reached... Yeah, okay, I get what you're saying. How often have people called you a doppelganger of Noah, Bonnie, Antweiler, positively or otherwise?
I don't know who any of those people are.
Between mashups, YTPs, general shitpost, etc., what has been your favourite content to make? Be as specific as you want with this question. Well, as much as I love YouTube poops, and I love music stuff, and I love all of that, individually it's all great, but the thing I love the most are the videos where I can sort of combine all of those into one thing. You know, like, for example, the Cortex songs is a great way to do, like, sentence mixing with Cortex and also do, like, music stuff. And that's great. And also the Spyro video, the Spyro Roasts video that I did in 2017, that was great because it was sort of like stuff that I filmed. It was a script that I'd written, and there was some YouTube poop edits in there. It was great. So those are the kind of videos that I really enjoy. The sort of bigger projects where I can combine a lot of these different types of content into one thing. What's your favorite YTP from a different creator? Oh, God, you guys don't have asked some difficult questions. I don't know, there's so many to choose from. Like, what? I really like that one that The Things did a few months ago, the big talking volcano, that was great.
I'll have to stop Tyrannosaurus Alan, the Tyrannosaurus Tyrant, and his carnivorous plot. But how to do it? Wow, a gun! Pew, pew, pew.
Oh, I'll tell you another one that makes me laugh every single time I watch it, is The Joy of Penis by Jalabo.
Until the next show, I'd like to wish you happy penis. And God fucking damn it.
That's gold. Happy 10th anniversary, NPCarlsson. Here's my questions. 1. How did you get into Spyro the Dragon? I'm in Spyro the Dragon? My older sister had Spyro the Dragon on the PlayStation 1, and I played that from time to time. But I didn't really get very far in it because it was scary. But Spyro 2, I'll tell you the story of Spyro 2. I've probably told this before, but I went to a jumble sale and they had, I think it was the first Rayman game on PS1, and I thought, okay, yeah. I mean, by that point, my sister had gifted me the PlayStation 1 because she had a PlayStation 2 and therefore didn't really need it. So I thought, okay, yeah, I can play this. I get home, I open it up. Yeah, Rayman. I lift the disc. Underneath, Spyro 2 Gateway to Glimmer. Why is that in there? But, you know, it worked out great because that game is great and I love that game and Rayman sucks. Who is Tilly and how do you know her? If only Tilly was here to help me answer this question. So Tilly,
Yeah.
who are you and how do I know you?
Well, I'm your sister, but half sister because I'm actually half fish.
What? So we've done a couple videos together now, haven't we?
Yeah. We did some Wii ones, like, recently, but I was also in some other ones when I was younger.
Oh yes, you appeared briefly in one of the Lego Star Wars ones and one of the Insane Trilogy
Was I
ones.
actually in that one? Or was I just talking?
Well, you didn't physically appear.
Yeah, I was just talking.
Yeah. Play a clip.
It's a checkpoint.
It's a flipping check.
Don't you dare die. Flipping is the penguin.
Let's just...
You're flipping, Daniel. You're flipping.
Oh yeah, what was I thinking?
I was also in another one, the one and only Camp Comp.
Yes. Play a clip.
It's a tiny bit warm and it's a bit cold.
There's a Camp Comp.
Camcom?
There's
Yeah.
a Camp Comp.
I don't like that video.
Why? I do. Well, it's probably just because I'm in it.
We've also recorded another video together, haven't we?
Yeah, which will either come out before or after this video, I have no idea.
It'll be after.
I don't know when because Daniel takes forever to edit, so.
It's hard.
You were playing Little Big Planet like the whole time you were meant to be doing something
That
else.
was for the video. They'll know because it was in the last part. What would you like to say, Tilly? Any shout outs or anything?
Oh yeah, there's 3. So one of them,
You can hold it.
okay, hold on.
Alright.
SuperSonicKidz, they do Minecraft and stuff. For you ask, we're not weird. Well, we are weird, but we're not weird just watching kids' YouTube channels.
Yeah, of course.
You know, we're actually related to them.
Yes, yes.
The next one is NightAngelUK, and he does like GTA stuff. I don't really know much about GTA, but if you like it, please check it out. The last one is Pippy and Squiggy. Now, you might be thinking, what is that? So, explain.
I'm not thinking that.
Pippy, 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 Pip.
And Squiggy is a new show that we created that will revolutionize us and we will love you. So when Wednesday night, 5 p.m, watch and learn.
My niece gave them to me. I don't know why, but I love them, so great. Fun. What are you doing?
Anything else you want to say?
Oh yeah, stay safe, don't play with fire. Bye!
Bye-bye. That was Tilly. I think. How do you get ideas for your YTPs? I don't know. In terms of the ideas for sources, I tend to go with things that I'm very familiar with, usually things from my childhood, stuff like that. I think you can make a much better YTP when you're very familiar with the source material. Favorite YTP you made? I think it's got to be Mash Bandicoot. I think if we can count like part 1, part 2 and the DLC as one thing, then yeah, Mash Bandicoot. What made you decide to do YTP? You see an amazing painting in a museum, you hear a piece of classical music, you don't instantly go, oh, I bet I could make something as good as that. But you look at a YouTube poop and you're like, yeah, I could maybe make something. Isn't that like, that's pretty much how everyone starts, isn't it? There's someone walking their dog over there, so I'm just gonna wait for them to go past. Don't really want to do this in front of a dog. What was your favorite part in Mash Bandicoot to make? Best I got, by the way, happy 10-year anniversary. Thank you very much. I'll always remember the time when I made the you and me scene, like the reminiscing stuff with Cortex and Robotnik, because I wasn't having a great day that day, and then I just started editing that scene and it just cheered me right up, and I'll always remember that. Has the dance bot been disactivated? I think you mean deactivated, you idiot. Happy 10th anniversary. Thanks so much. Favorite Crash Bandicoot warped level? I think I might give that to the tiger riding levels, you know, Orient Express, Midnight Run. They're probably the only levels in that game that I actually look forward to. Have you ever watched Father Ted? I've seen a bit of Father Ted, yeah. I think it's fine. It's pretty funny sometimes. I was definitely a bigger fan of the IT crowd. I really like that. As we know, both of those shows were written by a critically acclaimed writer, Daniel Radcliffe. Can you ignore this question, please? No. These are prescription sunglasses because they are magnified to hell. Oh wow, yeah. I shouldn't wear these. Right, so I've come out to this little bit to film, right? It's like in this sort of woodland area around here. There's some cows over there. I'm pretty sure I saw a squirrel run up one of these trees. And then as I'm walking along, I come across this. And I'm probably going to have to blur it. But yeah, that's what you think it is.
That looks like a dildo.
Why would someone just leave this here? That's definitely the most bizarre thing I'm going to see today. That is scalding hot. Saw on Twitter that this was the last day for questions, so here I am asking questions. Are there any franchises out there that you would really like to see a new entry in? Could be games, movies, TV shows, or anything. Well, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think that LocoRoco could definitely do with a new entry. Probably never ever going to happen because, you know, Japan Studio doesn't exist anymore, but that game has so much untapped potential. Any news on when your next Let's Play will be happening? I really enjoyed the Ratchet and Mind Over Mutant playthroughs, and I've been wondering about the next one since you teased it at the start of the year. Yeah, I have been teasing it for a while. I can't really say for certain if it's going to be this year, or I might have to push it back to next year. It's been kind of a busy year. It's in the works. I know what it's going to be, and, you know, I might have even teased it at some point in this video. It's not Smarty's Meltdown. Congrats on 10 years, found your channel back in 2021, and I've enjoyed your videos ever since. Well, thank you so much. Can you believe it's been 10 years since you began your channel?
I can't believe. You're never gonna believe. I don't believe. I can't believe.
Can you believe?
Believe it or not, because I honestly believe they should die.
I can't believe.
I can't believe.
I can't believe you've done this.
You wouldn't believe.
Believe? Can you believe? You are not gonna believe. You would not believe.
You're not gonna believe.
I can't believe.
You made me unbelieve. I can't believe.
I do believe. I do believe. I believe.
Can't believe.
Can you believe, Kodos?
Just believe. Wow, I don't believe.
Happy 10th anniversary. Are you ever going to release a standalone version of the Gangsta's Paradise Woe mix you did in the Mash Bandicoot DLC trailer? I know it's been like 3 years, but it was damn good. Edit, I'm extremely embarrassed to admit I immediately checked your channel and realized I just never noticed you did. Oops. As for a replacement question, I don't know, do you like Spyro or Crash more? To probably misquote a tweet that I saw a few weeks ago, I generally prefer to play Spyro, but I think I prefer Crash more as a franchise, you know? I like to view Crash from afar, I suppose. In fact, there he is over there. Whoa! How does Glutko know what diarrhea tastes like? Hey, now, don't you go questioning his choice of lifestyle. Who are your top 5 YouTube poop inspirations? Well, definitely Alvin YTP, for one. Then probably, like, Sin Tragedy, Cartoon Lover, Omobro Studios, definitely. And, Crowbar Productions. There you go, that's 5. Plans for future collabs? Yeah, you know, I did sort of speak about this in the retrospective I did on the It's About Time collab. It's difficult doing public collabs, not just because of the sheer amount of entries that I get with a channel my size, but also I really hated having to reject people. And, you know, I even ended up letting some people back in because I felt bad about it. So, you know, I don't really want to have to go through that. So if I ever did any collabs in the future, I think they'd have to be private ones, really. But I don't know, you know, never say never. Favorite video game for each gen from PS1? Well, for the PlayStation 1, there's no question. It's obviously got to be Spyro 2, Gateway to Glimmer. For the PS2, that's a little bit trickier, but I think I might end up going with The Simpsons Hit and Run. This is the Xbox version, but you know, it's the same game. Well, I never actually owned a PS3, but if I did, I'd imagine my favourite game for that would probably be Little Big Planet. Which, by the way, is my answer for PSP. Oh, hello again. And then for PS4, actually I'd have to go with A Hat in Time. And then I don't have a PS5, but you know, it's not like that console has any games anyway. This is that Grizzly Tales disc again. Is this following me? No. Oh god. Hey, I'm still a new subscriber, but happy 10-year anniversary. It's always impressive when small creators get this far on YouTube. Here are my questions, unless you've already answered them. Oops, don't worry about that, you'll probably be fine. Out of all the types of videos you do, which one do you get the most enjoyment? YTPs, memes, reviews, etc. Yeah, I suppose I have already answered that, haven't I? What was your main goal or idea when starting out this channel? When I started, I was just like, yeah, let's just do YouTube poops, I know how to do them. But I remember pretty early on, like within the first year, I decided that like, I don't want to limit my channel to just this. Because I'd seen it time and time again with other people's channels. They like start off doing one thing, they get known for that one thing, and then they're kind of stuck then, because they can't really branch out. If they try and do new things, they've either got to do it on a new channel, or they risk some kind of backlash from their audience. They're like, what, you know, I didn't subscribe for this. This is something different. So I've always set out to have my channel just be like whatever I want. And I think people get that, you know, I rarely ever get comments where people are like, oh, I subscribe to you for Cortex singing pop songs. What is this 57-minute video about Doctor Who? What is going on here? You know, because people know that there's variety on this channel. Relating to your intro, are you? I am. My older sister made me this last year, and I've been waiting for a chance to show it off, so I'm glad I got to here. Look at it. Look how cool that is. You see my nipples. Why was the Goldman song, House of the Dead 2, considered unfinished or not worth uploading on its own? Also, happy anniversary from a long-time fan. I actually don't remember how I stumbled in here. Okay, thank you very much. Well, with that one, it's not so much that the song was unfinished. It was finished. It's just, I guess at one point I'd planned to make a video to go along with it, and I think what I was going to do was I was going to make Goldman in The Sims 2 and then have him just like dance along to the radio or something, and that would be the video. Never got around to doing that, and it's just been sat on my desktop not doing anything. So I thought, you know, I've got quite a few of these that are just sitting here doing nothing. I'm probably never going to get around to making proper videos to go along with them. So I just uploaded them as one thing, you know. At least they're still available. They're on YouTube, so, you know, it's fine. What is a show you grew up with that you don't see anyone mention nowadays? Pet Alien is one. Did anyone remember Pet Alien? I don't really remember it that much, but I know it existed. Oh, and another one that I remember watching quite a lot was Atomic Betty.
Atomic Betty, I'm a fighting girl. Atomic Betty, gonna rock your world. Atomic Betty, Atomic Betty, Atomic Betty, Atomic Betty.
You and many other YTP creators such as Emp Lemon, Cool Cat, Jew, and so many more I've forgotten over the years have been so influential to my friends and I's form of comedy. So I was wondering what it feels like to have influenced so many people in such a hilarious and long-lasting way. It's not something that you really think about, I guess. You know, I always find it surprising when I see someone post something somewhere about like Mash Bandicoot or something like that. You know, not knowing that I will see it, and then there's just like replies of people saying like, oh yeah, I love Mash Bandicoot and stuff like that, and it's like, wow, this is a weird feeling that like people really like my videos. You know, I never really compare myself to like those other YouTube, like those 5 people that I mentioned a few minutes ago. I never think about like comparing myself to them or thinking that people have the same feelings towards me that I do to them. But then I suppose that's probably what they think as well. So you know, it's just like a big loop, I suppose. But yeah, it's a very weird feeling, but again, I am incredibly grateful for all of it.
Atomic Betty, a galactic girl.
I had to wait here for ages to start because there was someone on a bike just stood on the bridge, and I was like, I don't really want them to just see me stood here and just doing stuff. Like it's weird. And the sun's coming out. Nice, lovely. Can you actually see the river? I hope you can see the river. Would you ever do a Spadina type YTP in your style? I'm not really too sure what you mean by that because like Spadina like is a style. I did make some Spadina kind of YTPs on my old channel, Crash Bandabuggy. So you know, you can go check that out if you want. Here's a clip.
We make a deal with this rodent and space, and they help us in Cortex. Then we shower them with shit. Yes.
Thoughts on Hot on Our Tail? I know it's a historical video for YTP, but I do want to get a personal perspective on it. Yeah, that's an interesting question, I suppose. Because yeah, like it, you know, obviously it's so iconic and important. It's like the first ever YouTube poop. But you actually go and watch it and it's like, this is like nothing. This is barely even comparable to what we consider a YouTube poop nowadays. So, you know, whoa! What would you do if when you okay he said yes would go? It's a reference to something if you didn't get it. Oh, okay, right, yeah. I don't know what you mean there, babes.
Grimsby,
Any ideas for games you might do playthrough series of somewhere down the line? For your consideration, Crash Tag Team Racing. I have kind of considered doing Crash Tag Team Racing. I don't know if that would make that interesting a playthrough, but it's a game that I've wanted to do some kind of video on for a while because it's a very interesting game, and I think a lot of people misunderstand what Crash Tag Team Racing is. Crash Tag Team Racing is almost like a licensed fan game. You know, the theme park was created by a fan of the Crash Bandicoot franchise. And it's a game in the Crash Bandicoot franchise. I mean, from a meta perspective, it's very interesting. So I think it's worth someone doing some kind of video on it. Oh, it's a tractor. Nice. Favorite chapter from A Hat in Time? I'm gonna go for a potentially controversial take and say Alpine Skyline. I know it's not got the most interesting story, it doesn't really have many memorable characters or anything like that, but I've always thought that it was a really cool idea to like have this huge open area with like huge mountain peaks in the distance that you can see from the start, and then you one by one can make your way to each one of them. And I thought that was just a really cool idea. Where do you make your YTPs? I make them at home. At my house. Do you choose sources like Has Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss for your YTPs? No, not really. I haven't really seen much of them. I've seen like little bits of both of them here and there, but I don't know. It's not really the kind of show that appeals to me, I suppose. What are your thoughts about the possibility of a Spyro 4? What kind of story, content, and gameplay would you like to see in a Spyro 4? Well, I would give you my thoughts on it, but honestly, who cares about what I think? Wouldn't it be much more interesting to hear from the lizard himself? That's right, ladies and gentles, please give a warm welcome back to Spyro the Dragon.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me back.
Good to have you back, Spyro. So, how do you feel about this supposed new Spyro game being worked on, huh?
I feel fired up, Bob.
I'm not Bob.
Actually, I can't talk all that much about it. I signed an NDA, so gotta keep it all hush-hush.
Okay, but like, it is happening, yeah?
All I can say to my fans is, keep your horns on.
Right. So, like, don't get our hopes up or do?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Well, that's helpful. Okay, so yeah, to change the subject then a bit, Spyro, I think we'd all like to know, do you still hate the Crash Bandicoot trilogy?
I never did. You wrote the script for that video. I was just reading it.
Well, don't break the illusion.
It wasn't even that good of a script. I didn't understand a lot of it. I mean, what even is a shinnery?
It's a group of trees. I looked it up.
You made me say relics instead of relics. You actually wrote that.
Okay, so what I'm gathering is you've come around on it, yeah?
Yeah, they're good games. Still hate that DS party game though.
Oh, you mean Crash Boom Bang? Ow! Ow! Okay. Great. Thanks, Spyro. That's £62 down the drain.
Fuck me.
Well, thanks for being here, Spyro. What will you do next?
I'd say the sky's the limit.
Right, okay.
Wait, I gotta ask, why did you want to do this here? You know that river gives me PTSD, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you agreed to meet here.
No, I didn't. You kidnapped me.
Oh, yeah. Get in the rucksack.
Right. Ah! Oof!
Are you interested in making a Spyro remix song from a pop culture song? For example, like Activate the Dance Bot for Crash. I think at one point I was considering doing like a full Riptonia remix with Ripto singing like all the lyrics from the song. But he doesn't really have that much dialogue to work with, so that would have been difficult. I mean, I suppose I did also do that you reposted in the wrong realms thing with Hunter. I don't know if I'll ever do anything quite like that again, but I don't know, it's a possibility. Favorite type of egg? I'm quite a big fan of those ones that, you know, like those deep fried things, you know, in the little wraps. What do you call them? How many whitey pears have... I thought this said how many whitey pears have you met in prison? I don't think I met any in prison, no. Well, that implies I went to prison. No, I don't think I actually have met any in person before. At least that I know of. I'm not a particularly outgoing person, I suppose. And a lot of them don't live in this country. If you were a student at Hexside, which coven would you attend and why? Oh, that's a good question, yeah, okay. What are the 9 covens? There's Abomination, Plant, Illusions, there's Potions, Healing, Construction, Beastkeeping, Oracle, and what's the last one? Bard. There's Bard, yeah. Oh, maybe I'll be Bard, yeah. Actually, that sounds quite cool. According to Google, I am a musical artist. Yeah, see, there's a nice bit of a breeze, but it's still hot, it's still sunny, and, you know, you got to remember to put sun cream on. Even if you don't think, like, oh, it's not going to matter, there's a nice breeze, I'm not going to get burnt. No, you still will. Just do it. Just do it anyway. This is kind of late, but what's your fav Crash Bandicoot game from the PS2 era? I might be rustling some feathers here, but I think I would honestly say Mind Over Mutant. Twinsanity's probably a very close second, but yeah, I really do like Mind Over Mutant. You watch my Let's Play. It's very good. You should watch it. Yeah. How on earth did you manage to remove the animatronic jump scare sound from the Markiplier schizophrenia video?
The magic of digital editing.
I thought that you must have got the original jump scare sound and somehow, I have no clue how, managed to match the audio of the jump scare with the audio of the clip and then subtract that specific audio from the original clip. I think a lot of people thought that that was a lot more of a complex edit than it actually was. You know, they thought that I did some kind of like isolating thing where I like cancelled out the jump scare sound or whatever. Like, it was nothing like that. I literally just muted the jump scare sound and then I sort of stretched Mark's voice before and after the jump scare to sort of make it a bit more natural, so his voice sort of carries over to where the jump scare would be, and then his scream after the jump scare starts a bit earlier.
Okay, so the first night is never usually that bad in any of the games, so I'll play through. Ah, fuck! What the fuck?
And then for the second jump scare, I replaced his voice with some audio clip from his FNAF 1 playthrough.
I didn't do anything!
Simple problems require simple solutions. Oh my god. Out of all the YTPs you've made, which one is your least favorite? Yeah, I think it's still got to be Ronald McSpinge's pancake tutorial. There are small parts of that I like, that I think are okay, and I like, you know, that was a decent idea. But in general, I was just like, what was I going for? I don't know. If a walrus walks on Saturn upside down in June when it's snowing backwards with 6 hands tied behind its back and wearing a blindfold, how long can it walk its pet fish in the trees while on a flight to California while speaking to Abraham Lincoln? Good, yeah, very, very random, very good. LOL XD. Well done. Will you ever play Lethal Company? Yeah, see, I would play it, except I think I'm sort of missing some kind of vital piece of equipment that you need to make that game function properly. Friends. Favorite Loco Roco? It used to be the red one, but I think I've changed my opinion now, and now it's the green one, Chavez. Like, look at him. Look at this guy. Look, he's the chillest boy. Love him. Oh, my lips are so dry. You know, I'm gonna have some tea. Hey. Oh, God, it's the evil clone version of me. You can tell he's the evil one because he's wearing a slightly different hat. You know, not everyone's gonna get these references to your old videos, right? What are you doing here anyway? Is this about what happened last time? Well, when you stabbed me in the back with a screwdriver? Okay, yeah. You know I had my reason, right? Is it because I said it was a brony? You said you were cool with that. Oh, well, now who's doing old references? Whatever, anyway, it's not about that. I haven't come for revenge or anything like that, you know. No hard feelings, eh? Really? No hard feelings? No hard feelings. No hard feelings. That's gonna be tricky to edit? Oh God, yeah. Do you want some tea? No, I'm good. Listen, the reason I'm here is because I wanted to talk to you and your, well, my audience, I suppose. Whoa, hold on. Okay, let's get this clear. They're not your audience. Okay, they're my audience. But are they really? When's the last time you had any like proper interaction with them? I'm doing a Q&A right now. Yeah, but I mean more of a personal interaction. I mean, look, you're not even in the live chat right now. Well, you know I struggle with social interaction. You know, even online it's hard. And you're making this what anniversary video thing. I mean, have you even stopped to thank them? They know. They know I'm thankful. And I haven't seen you respond to many comments recently. I think I respond to a fair amount. I mean, there's a lot of them. Do you ever think maybe it's a bit too much to handle? What do you mean? Well, I mean, look, you've been doing this for 10 years, man. I mean, non-stop content. I mean, you must be tired. Well, and you're, what, mid-30s? I'm 27. Right, so you've been doing this for more than a third of your life then. I mean, do you think maybe it might be time to throw in the towel? What, you mean like retire? Well, I'm not gonna lie, I thought about it, but I think that's just because a lot of people have been retiring recently. You know, it's planted the idea in my head. I couldn't actually retire myself. Could I? I mean, Jimmy Davis is basically gone now, and when did he start? Around the same time as me. Yeah, and look, I mean, wouldn't this be a great video to go out on? It would, wouldn't it? Oh God, maybe you're right. Maybe 10 years is enough. But I can't help thinking of, what about them? I can't just leave them in the dust. Well, I've thought about that. And maybe you don't have to shut down your channel completely. Maybe you could, I don't know, pass it on to someone else? What? Like who? Well, it would have to be someone pretty similar to you, but you know, maybe younger. Someone like, well, I don't know, me? You? Well, you know, because me being a clone, I am technically not that old, so. Oh my God, is that what that's what this is all about, isn't it? You just want my channel. I've always dreamed of having a channel with 69,000 subscribers. Jerk. Oh my God, you actually got, you almost convinced me to give up my channel, to retire. I don't want to retire. Oh my God. Well, I love this channel. I love making content, and I love my audience, all right? This is ridiculous. I'm not giving it up to you. You'll give up one day. You will. Yeah, well, maybe, but that day's not today, all right? So just get out of here. Or call the police. Like you could make a phone call. Go! Alright, sorry about that, guys. That was quite a long bit. Before we carry on, though, I do genuinely... Like, this isn't part of a bit. Okay, I genuinely just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to all of you for helping this channel get to 10 years old. I mean, I'm so incredibly grateful. I probably don't say it enough, but I really am. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. You know, whether you've been here since the start, or you've just got here recently, or, you know, whether you comment or like, or you just watch, I don't care. Thank you so much, because this has been the greatest time of my life, and I just want you all to know how thankful I am. I genuinely mean it. Thank you so much for everything. What's a YTP that you think you could have done better looking back on it? Ogre the Hedge. I think I sort of rushed that out just so I could be in Emp Lemon's collab. You know, there's some bits of that where it's like, I could have done that better. I could have done something better there. Same kind of case for Cozy Hot Cup of Sugar Honey Iced Tea. There are a lot of bits in that video that I do like, and there are also some parts where it's like, oh no, that was bad. That was a stupid idea. But, you know, you live and learn. Live and learn! Oh, hey, Destination Mark, hello. Happy 10th anniversary, dude. Both iterations of Ripto's Racist are still hilarious. Miharu and I quote it all the time. My question is, what's the most challenging part of putting together a YTP? Is it the timing of the jokes, finding the right assets, figuring out which jokes are okay and which ones you'll have to maneuver around so as not to inflict a strike of any kind? I suppose I don't really worry about strikes too much. I mean, more often than not, it will be claimed because of some piece of music or something. The thing that I do take a lot of care with is, you know, the flow of the video. You know, I try to make it sort of coherent and like easy to watch, essentially. It's nice that, you know, I notice a lot of people appreciate that, and I'm happy because that's something that I do take a lot of time and care with. I know you said you won't release Bandicoot Stew, but you did give us Mash Bandicoot DLC when I thought that you wanted to move on from Mash Bandicoot. So who knows what the future holds. That's not a question. Have you watched the Upside Down show? Oh, you mean, Stranger Things. Yes, I've watched Stranger Things, yeah. Have you watched Mao Mao Heroes of Pure Heart? Stranger Things. Happy 10-year anniversary, man. Have you ever wondered of changing your mascot? Not that I have anything against Tattletale Strangler. In fact, he is a direct association with you, which is a plus. But I'm curious if you ever had any ideas for an original mascot design. Actually, I remember at one point I did debate changing it to Bon Mucho from Loco Roco. Because, you know, I like him, and it's not too far off the Strangler, I suppose, but it's a bit more of an obscure character. I kind of thought, you know, the Tattletale Strangler, it's from a pretty iconic show, you know, so it's not really that original, but I do like that people associate him with me now, so that's kind of cool. So, no, I don't think I'll be changing it anytime soon. Right, well, with those questions done, we are now roughly halfway through this video. So I thought, what better way to lead into the second half than to have a bit of a music performance? So this is a song that I wrote quite a while ago. I've never really had a chance to show it off proper. So I thought, let's do it now. And who better to perform it than the guys from the Mimi House video. So here they are, performing a song that I've simply titled Glii. Take it away. Pretty nice bridge. Pretty nice and peaceful. I wonder what it's called. Nogger's Bridge. It's a hare. There's a hare. I'm turning this. Hold on. There it is. Look at it go. Wow. That's pretty cool. Oh, now I gotta set this back up again. Okay, so before we get started with the next set of questions, I've got a very special video message here from somebody who, if you've been around on the channel for a long time, you may remember. It's Jen! Whoa! I haven't watched it yet. This is going to be like pure unfiltered reaction to it. So she's just sent me this video message. So let's see what she has to say.
Hello, dear brother. What have you got there? It's your YouTube channel and it's 10 years old. That's like the age of a 10-year-old. I used to be in your videos. Long time ago, we did Lego Star Wars and stuff. That was fun. But then I got replaced by a newer model. The other sister. I listen to your YTP MVs way too much, to be honest. Activate the Dance Bar is on probably every day. I just like the actual songs. But then I was trying to listen to Evacuate the Dance Floor the other day and I was like, no, this is the wrong version of the song. So then I put yours on instead.
Yeah.
This is just me being nice to you. Hold on. This is weird. Let me say something like, you suck, your channel... Nah, your channel doesn't suck. You ugly hippo.
Oh, thanks.
I made this Mario. I was inspired by Mario Head. I should have just made his head first and then taken some photos. I'm making you a thing for your channel anniversary. I'm gonna try and get it done before your channel anniversary. Like before, so that I can actually post it to you and it will arrive, because you should know that I don't do deadlines. I mean, I don't do stuff without deadlines, but then I also hate the idea of deadlines. Anyway, have fun editing anything that's good from this.
I will.
Thanks for making videos on Owl House, because I wouldn't have watched it without that. And it is a great show. Yeah. Also, Choose Love t-shirt.
Oh, cool.
Yay.
Nice. Oh, NPCarlsson shirt. Yay. I'm gonna keep it zipped up for now, so it's a bit chilly.
If you're MP Carl's son, then I'm MP Carl's daughter. That's all I can really think to say. Good job. I like your channel. I would probably watch even if I wasn't your sister. And I think that's a pretty good compliment.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thanks.
I'm gonna go now. Love you, Dan. Bye.
Oh, thanks, Jen. Love you too. And thank you for doing that. And thanks for everything that you've done for helping the channel. You know, definitely couldn't have made some of the videos without your help, so thank you so much. What music do you listen to? I mostly listen to a lot of video game soundtracks, I suppose, more than regular music. Here's one that I would definitely recommend, is the soundtrack for I Am Bread. And I'm going to play some of it over this next part, so you know how good it is. Have you ever been to America? No, I used to want to go to America, I think, when I was younger. Over the years, that has become less and less appealing. You know, no offense to my American viewers, but, like, you get it. Out of all your videos, what single edit was the most difficult? Thanks, you're one of my favorite active poopers. Ronald McSpinger's pancake tutorial is one of my favorite videos of yours. Wow, what a choice. Okay. I don't know about most difficult, but I can definitely tell you one of the most time-consuming ones was this shot from Mash Bandicoot DLC.
Don't have a go, man!
That was several days' work. I spread it over the course of like a week, just doing a little bit a day, because it was so tedious, because Engine is such a complex shape, and it was like every single frame. It was quite a long animation as well, and yeah. But I'm really happy with how it looks. Happy 10th anniversary. Where did you get the idea for my favorite YTP of yours, Mash Bandicoot and its DLC? I'll tell you, the whole thing with Robotnik and Cortex being twin brothers, that idea I took from somewhere else. I can't remember where it was. I remember reading someone said somewhere something about Dr. Cortex. It was probably like a Wikipedia page or something like that. Said that he looked quite similar to Dr. Eggman and that they could be twin brothers, and I really liked that idea, and I thought, yeah, that would be a cool like crossover thing, wouldn't it? And you know, then when it came around the time for me to make a Crash Bandicoot YouTube poop, I just thought, well, Dr. Robotnik is a pretty prominent YouTube poop character. What if I just did it then. I just make them twin brothers and make that the story, and like, that's where that whole idea came from. And I'm so glad that it did, because that's, you know, to this day one of my favorite videos, one of my favorite concepts, and I love that people still run with that. Is mayonnaise an instrument?
Not the way I use them.
What is 48 plus 93? Okay, let me take you through it step by step. So it seems like a complicated sum, but actually it's very simple. So what we can do is we can split these numbers up into smaller segments that are easier to deal with. So 48 is essentially 40 and 8. 93 is essentially 90 and 3. And then what we can do is we can add these together, make it much easier. So 40 plus 3 equals 43. 90 plus 8 equals 98. And then we can just do 43 plus 98, which is 141. And it's as simple as that. Happy anniversary, thank you. Which country in the Middle East would you like to visit if you can? Well, I suppose obvious choice, Egypt, you know, see the pyramids and stuff. That is in the Middle East, right? How big of the meaness is Mario Head? Oh gosh, he's so big, meaness. You know even know. Can you make more Mash Bandicoot videos, please? No, I'm sorry guys, you got to accept it. Mash Bandicoot's over. I did the DLC, but that's it. That's as far as I'm going. There's not going to be a sequel. There's not going to be a remake. Mash Bandicoot, finished, done, tick, complete. You can go watch the complete collection playlist. Alright, here's something for the men in the audience. Oh yeah. I know you talk a lot about games, but do you have a favorite movie? Yeah, I did allude to it right at the beginning of the video, but my favorite movie is Madagascar, which is strange because like there are objectively better movies. In fact, I think the second one is better than the first one, but I don't know, I really like Madagascar. I used to watch it all the time when I was younger. I literally put on the DVD and I'd just play it, and then when it was over, I'd play it again, and I'd do that for days on end. Love that movie. Great movie. How did you met Mr. Boss 7? So yeah, that was back in my old Crash Bandabuggy days. I started up that channel just to do random Crash Bandicoot things. Came across this channel, Mr. Boss 7, and she just does like mashups of like video game songs, you know, sometimes Crash Bandicoot ones. And I just thought, yeah, I'll do that too. Why not? I'll just take her idea and just do it as well. It was kind of cool. I hope she didn't mind the fact that I literally just was doing exactly the same as she was. But it's good, and I'm glad that I got to use one of her mashups in one of my Mind Over Mutant videos. I just saw the video, YTP Get in My Car Now. What's the occasion? It's the 10-year anniversary. Have some 10-year-old cake. That's all right. I cut myself.
Wow.
Quina, what do you think happened to the YTP community? You seem to be the only one left. Oh, I can assure you that I am not the only one left. This seems to happen with a lot of people, you know, they watch particular poopers and then gradually they leave and it's like, where are all the others? They are around, they are. Here's what you need to do. You need to find the people that you do already watch, and you need to find out who they watch. You know, and you can do this by just asking them, you know, who are their favorite poopers and stuff like that. Or better yet, watch collabs. See what collabs they're in, watch those collabs, and then you'll find more people in those collabs, and then, you know, rinse and repeat. What inspired you to make that overarching plot with your YTPs? Which overarching plot are we talking about? I don't know, it's not something that I really planned from the beginning or anything. It's not like I made crabs reels and a banana shit sandwich and I thought this is a storyline that I'm going to continue in future poops and stuff like that. It just, you know, the opportunity presented itself. I thought, you know, I could call back to this, and then when it came time to make Mash Bandicoot, I thought, well, this is where I can wrap it up. It would be good. And same kind of thing with like the whole Ripto stuff, you know, Ripto's Regicide, and then following that up in Ripto's Races Reignited. It just seemed like a good idea at the time. I didn't plan it from the beginning. Sometimes it's good to plan stuff from the beginning. Other times it's good to just, you know, do it on a whim. Time to reprise the role. Best paper towel around or best paper towel in town?
What do you think, bodyguard?
Oh, you idiot!
Actually though, what is your process for your music/YTPMV pieces? The planning, tools, how sources are used, etc. I go more in depth in my Cortex parody song tutorial video, but actually I mostly use this. I mostly use PSP. There's a game on the PSP called Beaterator, and it's just like a music software program, and it's pretty good. And I like do all my YTPMV stuff on there. You know, it's not really the traditional way to do it, but it's a way that works. If that was already asked, what are your thoughts on the original Spyro trilogy compared to Reignited? I do like Reignited quite a lot, actually. I have a few minor gripes with it here and there, but overall I think it's probably one of the best remakes that I've seen. I mean, it is different to the originals. Like, if you're very familiar with the originals, you're going to notice the difference with Reignited, but overall I think it's pretty good. My bike just fell over. Brilliant. Did you ever think that your channel would be active, if sporadically, for this long? I guess so. I guess I just assumed it would last quite a long time. I'm not too sure what you mean by sporadically, because actually, like, barring like a few months here and there, you know, I've been uploading pretty consistently, like, you know, at least 1 or 2 videos a month. So I'm not sure where you got that idea from. Sometimes I feel this sort of pressure to, like, I've got to get a video out because I haven't had a video out in weeks and people are going to think I'm dead and stuff like that. But, you know, I mean, I didn't have a video out all of last month, and, you know, you guys stuck around for this, so I think it's fine. Does the ring you wear in your videos hold any special significance, or is it just a ring you found and liked wearing? It's an ace ring, actually, if you can see that. I must have got it, like, I don't know, 6-7 years ago now, because I'm one of those filthy asexuals. But I like it because it's like, it's a good way to show pride without being too overt about it, because, like, you know, if you're in the know, then you know what a black ring on the middle finger means. But if you're not, then you don't question it at all. Apart from you, who did question it. Although I don't know. Maybe you are in the know, actually. Maybe that's why you asked the question, because you saw the ring and you suspected. So yeah, I am asexual. And congrats on being around making great videos for 10 years. That's crazy. You rock. Thank you. Here's a question. What are your thoughts on the Patapon games? I see Loco Roco as a sister series to it, and I love your Loco retrospective, so I thought it'd be interesting. I gotta stop making fun of people's grammatical errors. He says, knowing he won't stop. Yeah, I like Patapon. I've played the first 2 Patapon games. They're pretty fun, and I definitely see how it is like a sister series to Loco Roco, even though they're like fundamentally different games entirely. But yeah, they're good games, but I am more of a Loco Roco fan overall. Why did you choose the Tattletale Strangler with pigtails as your avatar, and why did you keep it that way for all these years? Well, that's the first time I've heard them referred to as pigtails. Although I suppose they are pigtails, actually. It's just a very unconventional way to do pigtails with handcuffs. What's the best plugins and configuration you recommend for effects in Vegas Pro?
I have no idea!
Wasn't expecting this to be the face behind Crustacean Resurrection Redemption. Well, congrats on surviving 10 years. I would like to ask, what inspired the Davy Jones is a N, hard R, and everything? As crude as I find it to laugh about slurs, that line makes me laugh my ass off every time. I recall the first time I watched that particular YTP, I laughed so hard that I couldn't breathe. Sorry if this is too focused on that video in particular, it's just my favourite YTP to date. Only one that I can tell you by name, as my YTP phase was years ago at this point. Yeah, I sort of have spoken about this in my retrospective for Riptor's Races and stuff like that, but, you know, I still kind of maintain the viewpoint that in the context of a YouTube poop, things like slurs can be funny. But I also recognize the fact that maybe I do it a little bit too much. Like, I could probably make a compilation of all the times I've had characters say the N-word. I'm not going to do that, obviously, because that would be a stupid idea. Noggers. Oh, wow. That's really bad. Oh my god. Watching them all back to back like that. Oh, yeah, okay, no, I'm not doing it anymore. That's it. I'm not doing it ever again. How come Mr. Rossetti was a character in Crustacean Redemption? Yeah, here he is.
Every day I wake up.
I couldn't really tell you what made me change the Flying Dutchman for Rossetti in that one video, but I'm so glad I did because of how much of a recurring character he's become. And, you know, it was just fun. I don't really know why I did it, but I'm glad I did. 1. I remember you saying in your 2-year video that you edited your stuff at the time using Audacity, VSDC, Movie Maker, and MS Paint. I know you use Fire Alpaca for image stuff now, but do you still use any of the other programs? I very seldom use Movie Maker. I occasionally need it for like lip sync stuff, but you know, for the most part, like VSDC is a much more competent editor now. I basically do most of it in there now, but I still use the others for just little things here and there. Yeah, I went back and I watched that bit in the 2-year video where I like the little YTP tutorial section I did, and I was like, why the hell did I do it like this? What a stupid way to make videos. What inspires you when it comes to YTP making? Like, if you ever find yourself stuck, do you ever watch anyone else's videos for inspiration? Oh yeah, definitely. Like, most inspiration comes from just watching what other people have done. Because, yeah, you just see that and you think, like, someone took the time to make that. Someone sat down, decided to make this, and then they just went ahead and did it. And that's something to marvel at, because it's so easy to just not do stuff. And the fact that people have like that real passion and that real drive to actually go out and create something, it is very inspiring. Out of everything you've made, would you say there's a YTP or any video you've made really that you're especially proud of? No, I can't really think of any in particular. I mean, I'm kind of proud of all of my videos, I suppose. I'm proud of the tennis rounds that I did with Jimmy Davis. Like, that was a lot of fun, and I like that you can clearly see a development in my style from round 1 to round 3 to round 5. Like, you can definitely see like how my style changed and how I improved over those years. The Foul House as well, I'm quite proud of how that all turned out. You know, I'd intended it to be more than just 5 episodes, but I think those 5 episodes turned out really good, and I like that it's just sort of like a mini-series, and then I turned that into a bigger, longer YouTube poop. So yeah, that's one I'm quite proud of. The wind, God, it's being really annoying right now. And my bike just fell over again. So I've been traipsing around here, trying to find that one place that I went to at the very end of the last Q&A. You know, where I kicked that tree. Can't find it. Absolutely no idea where it is. And I'm starting to think that actually it might just be gone. It might just be gone entirely. I mean, I know they're doing some building work, like sort of off in that direction. So it's possible that, you know, that area just literally doesn't exist anymore. I mean, you know, it was 6 years ago. But that's a shame, because that was a nice looking area. I mean, like, I get it. They've got to actually build houses, don't they? But it's just a shame that no one will ever be able to afford them. This will probably do. Yeah. This will be alright. At least it's in the shade a bit. Yeah, this will be fine. Okay, before we do the next set of questions, I've got another special guest here. Someone who's been a friend of the channel for a long time. You may have seen in a few videos here and there, and you may just know of anyway. So please welcome the one, the only, the CrystalFissure.
Hello everyone, CrystalFissure here.
Hello, CrystalFissure. What are you doing here, you muppet?
I just wanted to say congratulations on 10 years on YouTube. What an incredible accomplishment. You know, from Steamed Hams Inc. to Mashed Bandicoot, the ISGP 1 and 2 highlights videos, Ripto's Racist, and of course, you know, being your guest vocalist in the hit theme song Spyro. It's been incredible, you know, to watch your growth over the years. Truly just astounding stuff. You do some of the best videos on YouTube, bar none. And that's not just saying, I'm not just saying that.
Oh, thank you. I didn't even tell him to say that, he just did.
And look, here's to 10 plus more, probably. You know, unless you get old, unless you get tired and sick of it and, you know, never want to do it again, right?
Right, yeah, of course. Okay, well, before you go, CrystalFissure, I've got to ask, why are you a sock puppet?
It's a callback, remember? You did that puppet show. The ISGP2 highlight video.
Right, no, I get the reference. It's just, like, that video wasn't on this channel, you know? I mean, I know I made it, but that was over on the ISGP channel. And, you know, this video is supposed to be about celebrating NPCarlsson. So it doesn't really make sense when you think about it like that, you know?
We're also doing ISGP 4 as well, the next Spyro speedrunning tournament. And yeah, always doing plenty of stuff on YouTube as CrystalFissure, texture hacks and LPs, you know the drill. But without further ado, I must bid you all adieu, goodbye, mwah, and good night, bye-bye.
Thank you, CrystalFissure. What's your response with everyone since 2019 to 2020 either quitting or retiring from YTPs? Like everyone you knew from 2012 to 2016 has had massive channel changes and or don't exist / upload anymore. And also, do you ever think about how everyone around you has been replaced with younger, faster and better YTPers? Any thoughts or feelings about it? Cars 3 is a bad example, but the best recent example, how you're a veteran competing with all the new kids in YTP. Well, that was a bit of a passive-aggressive way to say you think I'm washed up. I definitely don't really consider myself a veteran of YouTube poop. You know, I mean, I know I've been doing it for 10 years, but it existed for 10 years before that. I still feel like I'm fairly new to the game, and, you know, it's not really a bother if some new people come along or anything. You know, that's just how it goes. Any thoughts on Samurai Pizza Cats?
Well, no. Get out. You're a stupid man.
Would you do a Ripto's Regicide DLC? I would love to see if you choose Ripto to step down. Posted 6:22 PM EST Tuesday, April 2nd, 2024. Probably not, no. I mean, the end cards at the end were, you know, it was just a joke. It was a subversion. Although, actually, the Mash Bandicoot ones were as well, and I ended up doing that, so I guess it's possible. I have no immediate plans, I'll just say that. Do you like YouTube poop? No, I do not. I don't really see the appeal. Do you have any regrets? Well, I suppose if there's one thing that I do regret, it's that I took so long to confess something to you guys. So, here goes nothing. Do you guys remember Emperor Lemon's Frying Nemo series? Well, in the 4th part of that series, Deep Frying Nemo, he received a comment from someone called Graham Newman. And it was such an insane comment that he decided to immortalize it in a video on his 2nd channel. And for a long time since then, a lot of people have wondered, who exactly is this Graham Newman? You know, where did he come from? He just showed up, left a completely batshit comment, and then just disappeared. And I'm here to tell you now that I know who Graham Newman is. I've always known. And not only am I about to tell you who Graham Newman is, but I've actually been telling you for years already. I tell you guys all the time. At the start of almost every video on this channel, I have been telling you exactly who Graham Newman is. I am. Yeah, I don't really know why I did that. I just thought it'd be funny. I mean, you know, me and Emp, we were good buddies. I knew he wouldn't take it seriously. I had no idea he was going to make a whole video on his 2nd channel about it. But yeah, I just thought it'd be funny. So yeah, it was me. It was me the whole time. Weird, derg, trippy shit. Sus brickers. Broke the Twin Towers. That was all me. That was all me. And you might be thinking, why did I wait this long to tell anyone? Well, I'd like to say, because if I told anyone at the time, it would have ruined the joke. You know, I think it's funnier if you think that it's someone actually being serious and not just trolling. But the real reason is because I was afraid of any kind of backlash. But, you know, it's been years now. I doubt anyone cares. I doubt Emp cares. You know, if I doubt he's watching this, but Emplemon, if you're watching this, or if anyone knows Emplemon and can direct him to this, I just want to say I'm sorry about the comment, and also thank you for all you've done for me, for the channel. You know, shouting out Ripto's racist all the way back in 2014 really gave a boost to this channel, and I don't think that I would be here today if it wasn't for you. So thank you. What a way for me to repay you, huh? When it comes to making a YTP, which do you think is more valuable, technical skill or a creative mind? I'm a little tapped out of the last one, but always wanted to make YTPs, so I was wondering where you think the more important attribute lies. Oh, definitely a creative mind, absolutely, which isn't great news for you if you're tapped out, but yeah, that's one of the things that I really love about YTP, is that you don't need to be a really skilled, amazing editor to just make one, because sometimes they're funnier if they're just rough and it's like obvious that someone just made this for the fun of it. You know, good editing, good like masking and good sentence mixing and stuff like that. It enhances a YTP, sure, but you know, you can definitely make a good one without any of that. You don't have to, you know, to have a degree in video editing to just make one. You can just do it. If you have an idea, just do it. Midno127, hello, happy anniversary, thank you. If you could look back and remake/remaster a particular video, what would it be? There was a video I did a while ago. It was a music remix thing called Zapduvania. It was a mix of Budsy's theme from Loco Roco and Megalovania. And I've always thought that like I could do that way better now, because it was really rough, and I used like a Silver Gunner remix of Megalovania in it because I thought it just sounded better than the original. And you know, I just thought now I could do that a hell of a lot better. You know, I've got a better knowledge of how Megalovania is all put together. I've got access to, you know, the Loco Roco vocals isolated clearly. So that's one that I definitely think I could redo. As for remaster, I think I could do a remaster of Guo and Link's 2-hour carpet journey. You know, not change really anything about it, not change like the audio or anything like that, but just update the visuals because it looks rubbish. Happy freaking 10th anniversary, my man. I have a few questions. Do you still have your harmonica? And if so, could you play us a song if you still remember how to harmonica your harmonica? Okay, I am a little rusty, so go easy on me. Yeah, I barely touched it since then. I have no idea how to play it. What food do you like? I'm curious. That's a very broad question. I do quite like
non-branded food. Non-branded food.
Oh, that still happens. Are there any plans on making a Let's Play series on Ratchet & Clank 2? If not, it's alright, I don't mind. Alright, those are my questions. Have a glorious day. Sorry if they weren't original, I couldn't come up with any good questions. No, you're fine, thank you. I still haven't actually played it myself. I said I might play it in my own time, but I haven't done that, so, you know, it's on the table, potentially, in the future. Happy 10th anniversary. I'm a fan of your YTPs for a long time, and they inspire me as a YTP collab content creator. I was even part of your Crash 4 YTP. Oh yes, I remember, yeah. My favourite YTPs from you, Mash Bandicoot series, Foul House, Flockwood's Oversized Meatballs. It's me, the mayor. My questions. How did you get so experienced in editing? How do you learn new editing skills? You get experienced in video editing by just doing it, by experiencing it, essentially. That's literally what it is. Like every day it seems like I'm learning a new thing, trying out a new thing that I've never tried before. You just get better over time. It's literally just as simple as that. Just keep doing it and you get better. How likely is it for us to get something new related to Mash Bandicoot, like a prequel, sequel, or spiritual successor? I think those types of videos, crossover of completely unrelated franchises having adventures, are a super cool idea. Yeah, no, I do like the whole crossover aspect of it. That's something that I've always liked, that you can do in YTP. So, you know, something like that maybe could happen in the future, potentially, but it probably won't be Mash Bandicoot related. It'll probably just be something entirely new. Are there going to be more Rocco's Modern Life YTP videos? I like the part where Philbert shoots Rocco while talking to the phone. It was funny. XD. I'm not all that familiar with the show. I've only seen a few episodes here and there. But yeah, maybe. Alright then, I've got a couple. 1. Are there any other YTPs that you had to scrap for whatever reason? Obviously besides the Simpsons game YTP. Yeah, I remember years ago, like I think within like the first year on this channel, there was going to be another SpongeBob YTP. And it was going to be on the episode Dunces and Dragons. And I basically made all the audio for that. In fact, I can still pretty vividly remember it. But I just never got around to actually doing any visuals for it. Maybe I could recreate a bit and just put it in here. I don't know.
Sand evil meaty. I know how to handle this with a little carrot.
What are some of your favorite games / shows / whatever that you haven't mentioned on this channel before? I'll tell you a game that I really like, actually. Tumba. I've been replaying Tumba recently on PSP, actually, because I got it from the PS Store. And I've heard that actually they've done a remaster of it. I didn't know that when I picked it up again, but yeah, in fact, I think it comes out today. And 3, what would you consider your magnum opus? Not necessarily your favorite thing you've made, but what you think was your best work. I think that I would say Ripto's Racist Reignited is probably my best YouTube poop to date. Like, just in terms of like the sheer quality of the editing and the jokes, you know, the consistency throughout all of it. It's a real hard one to beat.
That's what she said.
Gosh, it's so quiet here. Really quiet. It's nice, it makes a change from the rest of the video, where it's just been windy everywhere. Your video on Scrubs was so funny. Do you have a favorite episode of the show? I think I'd probably pick My Butterfly, which is a really interesting episode about like the butterfly effect, basically. It's the literal butterfly, and like it takes a different course, and then the first half of the episode, some things happen, and then halfway through, they just go back, and the butterfly does something slightly different, and then they do the whole episode again, but everything is slightly different, and it takes a different course. It's a really clever, well thought out episode. And, you know, it's got a good message, I suppose, that sometimes some things are inevitable and sometimes the little choices matter. It's, you know, it's very philosophical, I suppose. If we're discussing the secret formula on the 3rd Tuesday in January and it's not raining outside after we've gargled with vanilla pudding, what do?
That's an easy one!
What is the source of ha 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 ha? That is the sound of a sheep laughing. Oh, the age-old question. Where does that sound clip come from?
Ha ha is the sound of a sheep laughing.
I think I should be honest. The reason that I haven't told you guys where that source comes from is because I can't remember. I used to make these weird old animations, and I just used random audio clips, and I made one with this weird blue rectangle, and I know that it used the source that comes from, but I can't remember what it was. And so when it came time to make Mash Bandicoot Part 2, I basically just used my old animation that I still had saved. So I don't know what the origin of that is. I'm really sorry, but I guess that's just something we'll never know. We'll never know where the sheep laughing clip comes from. What's that hat? Where's my hat? What do you mean? It's not the OG from 2016. I've gone through quite a few hats over the years. This is the one that is currently my favorite. This is the NPCarlsson hat, you know. You can't be NPCarlsson unless you're wearing the hat, and you can't wear the hat unless you're NPCarlsson. It's just the way it goes. Ooh, I'm gonna try this question thingy. Do aliens exist? Okay, straight answer, yes. And if you think no, then you're wrong. Whether or not we as humans will ever come into contact with some other form of life that's similar to our own in any of our lifetimes is probably very unlikely. But are they out there? Yeah, of course they've got to be. Come on, like, the universe is infinitely huge. To assume that there isn't any other life other than on this one planet is kind of stupid. I feel like I've been gradually moving backwards just to try and keep me, like, in the sunlight. What is 2 plus 2? Alright, let me take you through it step by step. So it seems like a simple addition, but actually it's very simple. Now we can break these down into a much simpler, easier to manage format. So a 2 is basically just 2 ones, yeah? So 1 and 1, and then we'll do the same for this too, 1 and 1. Now we times them together, and 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. So then we simply do 1, add 1, equals 2. And it's as simple as that. Oh, that's not right. What a stupid bit. Was Megamind 2 really that bad? Oh, it's not only bad, I've heard that it was actually a cinematic disaster of sorts. You know who I've heard that from? I've heard that from my good personal friend, Shafrillis Productions, yeah. I've decided I'm going to use your name for clout now. What happens if I exceed the non-existent question count? Well, then I'm just not answering your next question. Do you watch South Park? Yeah, I remember I used to watch South Park a lot on Viva, which was a music channel, but for some reason they decided to show South Park in the evening sometimes. So I would literally stay up late and like have all the lights off, and I'd just have my TV under a little blanket, and I would just watch South Park with the volume really, really low. Have you watched the full episode, which Steamed Hams is a part of? Oh yeah, 22 short films about Springfield, a classic, yeah. I can call my mom from up here. Hey Ma, get off the dang roof. It's that boy who laughs at everyone. Let's laugh at him. That's classic episode, brilliant. Pink Delilah T, hello. Is there anything worse than being offered help by Banjo?
The only thing worse than being offered help by Banjo is being offered help by Belmox.
If you could bring back any retired YTPer, who would it be? Probably MechaWeegie91. Some of the most hilarious Michael Rosen YouTube poops I've ever seen, and obviously they gave us the iconic Link and the Hyrule Gang series.
If you don't hear from me in a month, tell Link about my money in my fridge.
I'm so hungry, I could eat it. Huh? Oh boy! Let this.
Funny.
Which kind of paved the way for a lot of CDI story-based YouTube poops nowadays, from people like, Jimmy Davis and Nintendo 64 and MLP Fun. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Do you have any plans for lunch next Tuesday? Next Tuesday, so that's the 6th, right? Beans on toast.
Ooh, yum, yum.
Happy 10 years, thank you. What's your personal favourite Cortex song you've created? I'd probably have to go with the Bring Me the Crystal song, actually, yeah. Although that might just be recency bias. When this new Cortex song comes out in like a couple months' time, if that one ends up being my favourite, then it's recency bias. Oh well, either that or I am just improving with each one. Was Pink Delilah T asking me out? Happy 10th anniversary. I still remember Mash Bandicoot like it was yesterday. Oh, did you watch it yesterday? Do you ever run out of hard drive storage for your YTPs, or do the sources you use not take up that much space? I have nearly 20 gigabytes of stuff in my YTP folder, with half of it being Michael Rosen green screens. LOL. Oh yeah, I used to constantly run out of storage space, but here's something that I would recommend to you. I would recommend you use one of these. This is a LaCie external hard drive. This is a 2 terabyte one. I got it on Amazon for about £67, I think. You can get a 1 terabyte one for just under £50, and then you can get bigger ones for into the hundreds. But the 2 terabyte one, I think, is a no-brainer. I've got movies and TV shows saved on here. A lot of my assets from all my older videos, because you never know when you're going to want to use them. And then you literally just plug it in with a USB, and it's just like a USB stick. It's great. So yeah, LaCie external hard drive comes highly recommended from NPCarlsson. What are you? Why are you following me? I have to find out what this is. Right, let's see what you are. What is this? This is just like scary stories for kids or something. This is just like an audiobook. What's so special about this? No hard feelings.
It's too late to apologize. It's too late. I said it's too late to apologize.
Her father's eyes were gleaming with excitement. It's going to be such fun! Cooking on an open fire, early rising, cycling to... Cycling? Savannah was lying wrapped in her duvet on the sofa scoffing waffles when her father unleashed this latest surprise. Yes, cycling, said her father. We're taking them bikes. Why else would I have bought you these? If there was one thing Savannah loathed more than cycling, it was cycling lycra. But she knew what her parents would say. Where we're going, Savannah, it doesn't matter what you look like. Sheep have no interest at all in how you look. This is untrue, of course. Some sheep are very snappy dressers. Others look like mutton dressed as lamb. There, ha, ha, is the sound of a sheep laughing at lycra.
Oh, that's unsettling.
Alright, here we go. The final section. So before we get on to the last set of questions, I've got one more very special video message here. So, let's go ahead and watch this.
Oh hey, it's voice actor Lex Lang here, voice of Dr. Neo, Cortex, and many more. And I just wanted to wish NPCarlsson a very, very happy 10-year anniversary of having your YouTube channel. You've made some fun videos and some good content, and I'm sure there's lots more to come. So congratulations on 10 years. And
Well, look at this. NPCarlsson. 10 years on YouTube. And I must say I was the star of most of that. Well, maybe not all of it, but quite a bit of it. So, here's to another 10, shall we say, NP?
Yeah, sounds good, Cortex. Definitely.
Okay, here we go.
well, from me and Dr. Cortex, here's to 10 more years of good content. Okay, take care.
Wow. Thanks. Thanks so much. Well, that was pretty special, wasn't it? Where do you see the state of YTPs 10 years from now? I think it will still exist, definitely. I mean, it's lasted this long. It's difficult to say exactly what it would be like. I think it would be a bit different, but I think the core elements of what YouTube poop is will be a constant throughout history, really. Barring some kind of cataclysmic disaster, but, that's not going to happen in the next 10 years. What's 10,000 minus 10,000? Alright, let me take you through it step by step. So it may seem like a... Are you aware that the I just made a joke about this. I did not know that this was the next question. Are you aware that the calculator joke in Crustacean Resurrection Redemption is currently trending on TikTok? I am aware, yeah. I was made aware by the massive influx of comments from people timestamping that part of the video and saying, oh, this is where that's from. So I'm glad that I saw some comments on TikTok of people linking to the video and saying this is where it's originally from. So, that's nice. You guys doing a good service out there. Happy 10-year anniversary. Thank you. My question, considering that you played Crash Mind of a Mutant on the channel a long while ago, Hat is your favourite Titan from that game, if you were to include the Titans introduced in that game. I did really like the Rhino Roller, had a lot of fun with that, but it's gotta be Grimly. It's gotta be Grimly. I mean, like, as I said in that video, it not only does it have a super cool special ability, but it is also just genuinely good in combat. Like, it's the best of both things.
Best of both things!
What are your top 3 SpongeBob episodes? Can You Spare a Dime? Snowball Effect? And one that I think is actually kind of underrated. I mean, as underrated as a season 1 to 3 episode can be. No Free Rides. I barely ever see that one in people's top 3s or top 5s or top 10s or whatever. No Free Rides is such a funny episode. It's ridiculously hilarious. Genuinely, if you have the time, go and rewatch No Free Rides. One of the funniest episodes. Have you ever considered giving an old YTP of yours the remake treatment, like you did with Ripto's Racist? Yeah, I have considered maybe remaking one of the oldest SpongeBob poops. I don't know which one, maybe either like the Strangler one, or possibly the Patty Hype one. And those would probably be the most prime for a remake rather than Squidward Has Too Much Fun in the Park, which I just did a remaster of today. And also Crab's Noodles and a Banana Shit Sandwich is like, it's too, I don't want to touch that. I want that preserved as it is, you know. But the other two, yeah, I mean, they could maybe do with a remake treatment. Is there a source you haven't used that you'd like to use in a future YTP? Yeah, honestly, I'm quite surprised that I've never made a YouTube poop using anything Winnie the Pooh related, considering how much of a fan of Tigger I used to be. I've never made a YouTube poop of any kind of Winnie the Pooh media. And there's a lot of it as well. So, yeah, I think that's got potential. How do you cook a steak? Well done. Got two for you. In all your YTPs, what's been your personal favorite joke/edit? I mean, I have already given an answer to this, so I'll give you another one that I do quite like. It's this joke from PBG Masters the Keyboard.
Breaking news!
I mean, hey, it's the news, so it must be
Broken.
Yeah, I really like that, because not only is it like a top-tier pun, but also, you know, it works really well in the tennis rounds, because it's, you know, it's utilizing stuff from the previous tennis rounds and jokes and stuff. I think it just works really well. What is your least favorite/worst, in your opinion, joke/edit in any of your YTPs? Keep up the epic work, man. Thank you. Oh, there's so many that I could choose for this. I'll just go with the one that came to mind first, which is this joke from my very first YTP.
We're sorry, but your kind isn't allowed here.
Like, what the hell was that? That was just text on the screen. That was barely, like, there wasn't even really an edit there. It was just me playing the clip with a word on screen. What a stupid thing to do. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. 2BobBit, hello. Most of the questions here seem to be channel or YTP based. Let's ask some more though-provoking questions, shall we? What do you feel has been the most important thing you've done/achieved in your life so far? Well, I suppose I could say things like, you know, getting to number 3 on trending, or, you know, getting a speedrun world record or something like that, but honestly, I'm just going to be really cliche and say that the channel is the best thing that I've achieved so far. Honestly, it's hard to imagine my life without this YouTube channel because it's been such a big part of it, and it really feels like this is what I was meant to do. To have achieved a channel that's lasted 10 years with, you know, however many subscribers or whatever, I can't think of anything better. I can't think of anything that I've done that's been more of an accomplishment than that. How do you calm yourself down when you are stressed/anxious? Oh, real hard hitters. Okay. I still get anxious quite a lot. I mean, I have a disorder, so, you know, that's fair enough. But I really don't get stressed much nowadays. Only time I do is when I'm working to deadlines and stuff that I've set myself. You know, for example, this video, I set a deadline for August 1st. I've got to get this video done by August 1st. And, you know, it's good to have deadlines in the sense that it will, like, motivate you to keep working. But at the same time, like, if you set your deadlines too strictly, then you're just going to stress yourself out and it's not going to be fun, and then you're just going to feel a sigh of relief once you've finally done it, and then you're like, oh, was that even worth it? But in terms of, like, general stress, I don't really get stressed very much anymore, which is strange because I used to so much. I used to get stressed, I used to get angry, I used to rage and break things, and that just seems so out of character for me now because I really don't do that anymore. I think the reason that I stopped getting so stressed was because I just genuinely got tired of it. Like, it genuinely got to a point where I was like, I can't even be bothered to be stressed about this. And so I just kind of switched it off. And, you know, you'd probably be thinking, well, you can't just switch it off. But, like, actually, I think you kind of can. I think people have more control over their emotions than they think they do. You know, you just stop yourself and you just go, is this actually something worth getting stressed about? And if the answer is no, then just stop for a second. Just calm, just take a step back and just think, you know, what could I do instead? When was the last time you felt deeply inspired, and why? I know some of these questions are heavy, but I hope they provide a welcome breakup from the usual set of questions these Q&A normally receive. Congratulations on 10 years of creating videos, mate. Here's to many more. Thank you very much. I did speak about this a bit earlier, but just watching stuff that other people have made is very inspiring. And, you know, barring that, watching your own stuff can be as well. In the process of making this video, I've basically had to watch almost all of my older videos because it was kind of necessary. And, you know, watching all the old stuff that I used to create has just made me realize that, like, yeah, I love doing this. I really do, and I want to do more. You know, I don't want to give up anytime soon. I really, really enjoy this stuff. And I want to do different stuff, and I want to do bigger stuff, and it's just like, I just watch all my old stuff, and like, some of it's good, some of it's bad, some of it I hate, some of it I love. But all of it's inspiring me to do more. That's the takeaway. That's the takeaway from this video. Is that, you know, looking back over these last 10 years, it's been great. You know, it's funny, I was saying earlier about like retiring and stuff like that, and the idea was planted in my head about retiring, and, you know, do I want to retire? Maybe 10 years is enough and all stuff like that. But making this video and watching back all my older stuff, reflecting on these past 10 years, all it's done is make me want to continue, and made me want to just do more, just keep going, because it's so much fun. It's great. And I love it. And I love all you guys. And I'm so glad that you've managed to watch like all the way through this video. Or maybe you just skipped to the end. I don't know. But thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for an absolutely glorious 10 years. Thank you for all your support and all your funny comments. And, you know, thank you for all your questions for this video as well. I'm sorry I didn't answer all of them. There was quite a lot. I think I answered more than 100, but yeah. Just genuinely thank you for a wonderful 10 years. And yeah, here's to many more. Here's to many, many more. In fact, here's a small preview of what's to come soon. There you go. See, I said it was small. I'm sure some people will go through that frame by frame or something like that, but yeah, I guess we're done here. I think we're done. Yeah. It's getting late. It's getting dark. So, yeah, I don't really know how to finish. It's just typical. Here's what I'll do. I'll say goodbye. See you later, guys. See you soon for new videos. And now I'm going to dramatically walk off into the sunset. Bye. Okay, we'll do another take of that. If only Tilly was here to help me answer this question. I thought you were going to hit my hat off.
I forgot.
What the hell is on the camera lens? Okay, ready? Hello! The PS2 is quite a bit trickier, but I think I might end up going with... Shut up, Homer.
I listened to your YTPMV. That's right. I listened to your YA.
If a walrus walks on Saturn upside down in June when it's snowing backwards with 6... I can't read this.
All I can say to my fans is, stay horny.
Hit again, but don't kick my hand. I know it's a historical video for YTP, but I do want to get a personal Hello. Oh, don't scare me like that. You can get them on Amazon. Come. Oh my god, I can't fucking do this. Okay, bye. Thanks, Jen. Love you too.
It's voice actor Lex Lang here, voice of Dr.
Flipping Lex Lang one made it right up. Oh, it's a stupid idea to leave all my stuff here. What are they thinking?